As the offseason inches towards a close, there are still a number of extremely talented free agents available in the open market.
There really are some big names still out there in the free agent landscape. What about former Broncos safety Justin Simmons?
And these aren't just end-of-the-roster guys either. So let's take a gander around the league at the 10 best players available and talk about some potential landing places for them in 2024. Micah Hyde, strong safety. For as long as Micah Hyde has been in the NFL, he has been one of the most impactful players on the defensive side of the ball in the entire game. The dynamic and versatile safety has been a cornerstone of the Buffalo Bills defense for several years now, dating back to 2017. But he first made his name on those early to mid-2010s Packers teams. Over his career, he has come to be known for his exceptional ball-hawking skills and leadership on the field. And perhaps more importantly, Hyde has consistently delivered stellar performances when it matters most. And it isn't just that he's done so with such consistency, but also the how. Because he has done it on the strength of his impressive football IQ and his ability to read defenses, which mitigates the impact of his age, as he is set to turn 34 this season. This should make the veteran defensive back a very attractive option to a contending team that is looking to solidify their defensive secondary. You know, maybe a team like the Miami Dolphins, particularly because Hyde would also blend in nicely with the very aggressive defensive scheme that they deploy. Stefon Gilmore, cornerback. While he may have lost a step or two in recent years, Stefon Gilmore, the 2019 NFL Defensive Player of the Year, remains one of the most formidable cornerbacks in the league. During his time with the New England Patriots, he became known for his lockdown coverage and ability to neutralize top receivers. Simply put, Gilmore has built a reputation as a game changer in the secondary. At his peak, he was on a short list of guys that single-handedly elevated the rest of his position group. Gilmore's elite coverage instincts, coupled with his size, physicality, and football acumen, make him a very attractive free agent option, even as he enters the later stages of his career, as he should still be able to shadow opposing receivers and make game-changing plays. Teams like the Seattle Seahawks or Arizona Cardinals, both of whom are looking to fortify their pass defense, would be wise to consider Gilmore. At a minimum, his veteran presence and ability to mentor young players would be an added bonus for any secondary. Ryan Tannehill, quarterback. Ryan Tannehill's NFL career has been one of the more topsy-turvy ones in recent memory. After a promising start in Miami, things stalled out, and he looked like he was on his way out of the league until he experienced a shocking career renaissance upon joining the Tennessee Titans, where he transcended competent game manager and turned into one of the most efficient and reliable QBs in the entire game. One of Tannehill's standout attributes is his ability to remain calm under pressure and actually just make sound decisions when the lights are the brightest. He consistently demonstrated the poise to make the right reads and deliver the ball accurately, even when the pocket collapses around him. This trait, combined with his mobility, positioned him to extend plays and create opportunities downfield for his wide receivers. Now, he did start to tail off during the last year or two in Tennessee, but on a tight free agent quarterback market, Tannehill is surely the most eligible bachelor. The Minnesota Vikings, for example, could greatly benefit from his presence. With Kirk Cousins out of the picture and J.J. McCarthy still likely needing time to develop, Tannehill could step in and provide a seamless transition. It's hard to believe that Tannehill wouldn't be able to produce, considering the Vikings' strong receiving core led by Justin Jefferson and Jordan Addison. Plus, you know, having a veteran like Tannehill leading the way would likely go a heck of a lot further for McCarthy's development from a mentorship standpoint than Sam Darnold. Xavier Howard, cornerback. At the start of the NFL's new league year, the Dolphins released Howard, who had 3 years remaining on his 5-year, $90 million contract. The two sides tried to negotiate a number that worked for both of them, but they just weren't able to find a middle ground. But just because Howard's juice wasn't worth the squeeze for Miami, doesn't mean that there isn't a market for the talented cornerback. Howard has consistently demonstrated an uncanny knack for intercepting passes and disrupting opposing offenses. His aggressive play style and keen instincts make him a true game changer on the field. If Howard has it his way, we actually might see the 4-time Pro Bowler ink a deal with another AFC contender, the Houston Texans. This offseason, I'm a Houston Texans fan, Howard said via the Houston Chronicle. I've had it tatted on me, I even got the Houston Rockets and the Texans logo tatted on me. So if it isn't Houston, I guess look for another serious playoff contender to roll the dice on Howard. Based on what we've seen out of him the last couple of years, he still has a lot left in the tank. And no matter who lands him, he would make a great acquisition for a win-now team. Yannick Ngai, defensive end. 2024 marks the second consecutive offseason pass rusher Yannick Ngai waits to find a landing spot. Last year, he was on the market until August when he inked a one-year $10.5 million deal with the Bears. And, well, based off of how last year went, I'd expect that number to regress a little bit this season. He totaled just 4 sacks in 13 games and looked a step slower before suffering a broken ankle in Week 14 that ended his campaign, which made for the second straight season of Ngakwe's that was cut short due to injury. That said, teams are always looking for a guy that can get after the quarterback, something that Ngakoue has done exceptionally well since he entered the league with Jacksonville, and, basically everywhere else that he's been. With Za'Darius Smith getting injured during camp and carted off, Cleveland is looking like an awesome landing spot for the 29-year-old defensive end. Just imagine him pairing up with Myles Garrett. If he's able to regain his peak form, that could be one of the scariest duos in the league next season. Justin Simmons, free safety. During his time with the Denver Broncos, Justin Simmons proved to be one of the more consistent safeties in the game. His range, ball skills, and tackling ability were and are top-notch, making him one of the most complete safeties in the entirety of the game. Simmons is the kind of player who has consistently shown the ability to change the course of a game with a single play, whether it's an interception, a crucial pass breakup, or a perfectly timed tackle. Honestly, it was pretty shocking to see Denver part ways with the talented safety in the first place, but they were up against it financially and really needed the $14 million that the move ended up saving them in cap space in order to address the other glaring concerns on their roster. We have seen a couple of other teams around the league make moves on their safety market in recent weeks, as the Baltimore Ravens signed veteran Eddie Jackson, and the Tennessee Titans picked up both Jamal Adams and Quandre Diggs for their defensive backfield. But there are still plenty of teams in need of a security blanket back there, and that includes the Broncos. At this point, the return to Denver is still a bit of a long shot, though at the same time, he does still live and train there. But regardless, there could still be a pretty good fit for him in Dallas or Las Vegas as well. Michael Thomas, wide receiver. Michael Thomas has had a rough go trying to stay on the field recently, whether it be injuries or behavior. But let's not forget the force of nature that he was when he was healthy. Thomas's 2019 season, where he shattered the single-season reception record with 149 catches, was nothing short of legendary. There was a stretch of time there where the former Saints star was damn near unstoppable. Between his precise route running, sure hands, and ability to make contested catches, Thomas was an absolute nightmare for opposing defenses. Teams like the New England Patriots or the Washington Commanders would be wise to take a chance on Thomas. The Patriots are in desperate need of talent at receiver, and a reliable talent like Thomas could help Drake May develop. Washington is in a similar situation with their young quarterback Jaden Daniels. Terry McLaurin is a stud, but the receiver core lacked depth and could definitely use Thomas's veteran presence and reliability to give their passing game a significant boost. Kareem Hunt, running back. After a productive season platooning in Cleveland, during which he converted 135 carries into 411 yards and an impressive 9 touchdowns, 28-year-old Kareem Hunt is back on the market and looking for a team to tote the rock for. The Cowboys were one of the teams continually linked to him due to their need for a starting caliber running back following the departure of Tony Pollard. But now that they've inked a reunion with Ezekiel Elliott, I think this seems unlikely. Hunt may not be the game-breaking dual-threat back that he was back in 2017 when he broke into the league with Kansas City as a third-round pick and put up a massive 1,700-plus yards from scrimmage. But he still has plenty of gas left in the tank. After all, he looked pretty good for the Browns last year, despite playing through a couple of nagging injuries. Now that he's had a full offseason to heal, he should be ready to hit the ground running with whatever team ends up signing him. The Chargers are a team that comes to mind that could be a pretty good fit. Right now, it looks like Gus Edwards and J.K. Dobbins are sitting atop their depth chart. But neither back has the physicality of Hunt, something that new head coach Jim Harbaugh definitely values. Sha Lawson, defensive end. Sha Lawson brings a unique blend of power and athleticism to the defensive line. Throughout his career, he's become known for his ability to pressure the quarterback and stop the run. When he is locked in, Lawson's physicality and athleticism make him a disruptive force on the edge. Plus, he has the versatility to play both defensive end and outside linebacker, which can really add significant value to any defensive scheme. It's just a matter of keeping him focused and motivated. The former first-round pick's production has been down the last couple of years, but 2024 has all the makings of a renaissance season for Lawson, especially if he gets scooped up by a team like the Ravens, whose defensive scheme is basically built to leverage the skill set of a player like Sha Lawson. J.C. Jackson, cornerback. Things did not go well for J.C. Jackson after his last stint on the free agent market. Yes, he was able to parlay his success with the New England Patriots into a 5-year, $82.5 million contract with the Chargers. But that was where the good times stopped for Jackson. He never seemed to get on the same page with the rest of the defense in LA and quickly became the scapegoat for all of their defensive woes. There were constant reports that he was a malcontent with the Chargers, and reports have since surfaced that those around the organization said that he had a lackadaisical attitude and did not have a particular interest in being coached. Some have speculated that he just got his money and essentially decided that, yeah, he was done with the grind. But maybe it just wasn't the right fit. He proved during his All-Pro campaign with the Pats that he has it in him, and it is now nearing the put-up or shut-up period of his career, meaning that if Jackson can't find a way to produce next season, he's likely going to be out of the league for good. That sounds to me like he'll be plenty motivated to bring a good attitude to whatever team decides to roll the dice on the fallen star. But hey, who do you think is the most talented remaining free agent? Which player do you want your favorite team to go after? And who do you think they should stay away from? Let us know in the comment section below. If you like this video and learned a thing or two, clicking the like button helps out a ton. And hey, we appreciate it. If this is your first time coming around to TPS though, well, subscribing is a great idea because we put out videos like this every single day. But as always, thanks for watching and we'll see you guys next time.